Hey, Kiera, do you want to mute yourself in the background in the meantime? It seems like there's a little background noise. Be right back. All right. Energy flowing. You're calling it forward. So as we're moving forward, you're calling all sorts of powerful energy forward, and we're just here to sort of talk you into the process of getting fully connected to it. So whenever you're feeling a question, whenever you're feeling something calling you forward, just relax and allow it to come, and we'll work through whatever's coming up here.
I already have mine.
Let's get started, yes?
But it's leading me to like being very anxious, like whether I should do this or whether I should not. And it's actually in my love life, like actually finding, because I've been in abusive relationships. So now it's like I found this one guy and I really like him, but it's a lot within his community, and it's a lot. It's like so many people that I had to go through just by us being introduced, not physically, but from a distance, and people's counter perspectives and their opinions. And what I did was I bought an iPhone, and I have this iPhone because I feel like he's for me and he's the one. But I think he's going through situations where he was with this previous female, and she stated that she is his baby mama. But what it looks like is both of these kids that she's trying to hold him accountable to are not really his kids. And she's been having an affair on him the whole entire time. And when we met, he came to me like he was depressed, that she called him the B word, and that his grandmother passed away. And now coming down the line, I think he's in consideration that these kids are not his. And then he stated that his daughter left him. And his daughter left and went to another state, and she wasn't never supposed to leave. And now it's like I'm just stuck with all the emotional baggage, you know? Like, we don't communicate at all. I feel like since I do meditate, I feel like we kind of have a sync within the minds, but I'm not for sure how to confirm these, and I'm not really for sure how to understand the signals that the universe is giving me. Like, I was told that he is the one in a way, but I don't know if it's maybe I should reach out and send this first message tonight by the cell phone that I got him and be like, hey, you know, I'm writing you from your phone, LOL, you know, just something humorous.
So you're talking about two different things. You're talking about two different approaches, but you're mixing them all into this one conversation. And so that means when you go forward, you're going to have a mix of different things. And so the relationship will show you a little bit of drama, and it'll show you a little bit of excitement and a little bit of passion. Have you noticed that sort of tug of war going on?
Yeah, yes.
So that's the anxiety, is the tugging between these two different realities. And we want you to recognize and to notice what you have control over. What do you have influence over? Where can you actually do anything? And so when it comes to his experience, when it comes to these things that are happening within his life, you are taking them on, whether or not you know it, because you're talking about it to us here and you're having emotional responses. Yes, it's
Mm-hmm.
activating you. You're feeling the anxiety.
So
So
that
that
means that our relationship is coming closer to, instead of being separate.
it means that there's more energy being activated, but you can choose one of two paths. The one we just talked about, it's giving you anxiety. The one that we just talked about, you can't do anything about. And that's why you feel anxious. That's why you feel out of control. The other
Yeah.
is what you have total control over, and that's what you spoke to us a little bit about as well. It's your state of being, it's your energy. You're talking about meditation, you're talking about calling in the energy, and that path is the one that you can have influence over. So just tell us a little bit about that wonderful path, the path when you're connected, the path when you're feeling inspired to give gifts, the path when you're feeling tuned into what this is all about.
Well, I
Tell
was
us more.
excited. Well, when I was with him,
Hmm.
when I first met him out here, when I was with him, I would be excited when we were away from each other. But when we were up close, I would just feel like a sense of irritation. Maybe because I didn't know everything at that time that was going on, that was bringing that sense of like, But now it's like I just want to be lovable. I want to cherish. I want to uplift. I want to guide. I want to be the mentor. I want to be a wife. I want to be all of that. You know?
Yes. But even in this conversation, you at the very beginning sort of brought the irritation into it. And we want you to go as long as you can, leaving that out completely. Because every time you start
Oh.
to talk about it, every time you start to think about it, it's sort of like changing the radio station for a second and then changing it back. Have you ever had the experience where you're
Oh
moving through the
yeah.
radio and you sort of have
Yes.
two
Channel.
different stations playing at the same time and you can sort of hear two songs going on at the same time?
Yeah. So just in love, like, so don't hesitate where your heart is. Send that with open love so that you're able to receive the open love back.
Yes. And as that's flowing, that's when you'll have the new ideas come in. That's when you'll want to do nice little things. But pay attention to the emotion, to the energy that's moving into you when you're making these decisions. Because if you're feeling not so confident, if you're not feeling so sure, if the energy isn't really clearly established, and you say, well, I'm going to send him a text because that always makes me feel better. We want you to recognize that when you're taking that action, there's that other frequency going on there. So any forward motion you're doing is going to be coming from that state. So then you may get a little bit of a weird response back to him. You see how that kind of works?
Well, he doesn't ever respond back to me.
And so the clarity that you're going to feel as you feel the love, as you talk about all of the different possibilities, as you talk about liking the meditation and all the things you like about the relationship, when you let that be stable for a minute, for 10 minutes, for an hour, for a day, for a couple days, and then you'll feel yourself wanting to reach out, but there is any of that anxiety, don't do it.
Okay.
Because you'll want to take that action. You'll want to say, if I send this message, then maybe something will happen and I'll feel really good about it. But as long as that sort of maybe is in there, there's something else going on. So with all of that being said, we want you to practice that here. Tell us about the love.
The LOA?
The love, the enjoyment, the good stuff that you feel.
Well, I haven't been able to experience love from out just with my son and my kids. That's it.
Now, you told us the opposite of what we asked for. Because when you started this, you're talking about all of the fun, all of the enjoyment, and now you're saying, I don't have too much of it. So where is it? When what's calling you forward? What's the excitement here?
A new love interest on the horizon
And
where it could be a life partner, a life partner. So I feel like that's on the horizon.
get
But
into that. No, leave the butt out, because you lasted
yeah,
there for about 5 seconds, and that's good to get that started. But then you kind of have this back and forth and back and forth, and that's what you're going to see more of. So leave the butt out and just go with it. It's on the horizon. What does the horizon look like?
like the upcoming sunset in the mornings, like the orange in the sky, like it feels like God's presence.
And what does that feel like?
A everlasting feeling of life
Can you go on?
constantly.
Can you give us more?
Yeah, so it feels cherishable. It feels so great. It feels like being connected to all sources as one. You know, really being connected to all sources as one. Like feeling like when you say you woke up in the mornings, but it's like you're not only waking up in the morning, you're waking up at night, you're waking up in the morning too. Like you're woke at both times. Even though you're supposed to be asleep at night, you're still woke at night.
And you felt this before?
Never. Never.
Are you starting to feel it now?
Yes.
What does it feel like? Because the more you think about it, the more you talk about it, the more you bring it up, whether it's to us or you're writing it down or drawing pictures or singing about it, it just
It's
gets
a
stronger.
yeah, it's a wonderful feeling. I can't lie. Like it's a marvelous feeling just being in the presence of God and then just having the presence where God is bringing you to your life partner, to your life career, to your life family, being able to blend a family and make one as one underneath God's presence is just amazing. It's words can't describe it. It's just so amazing.
And words do not need to describe it, but we like the words because they help you to share it. They help you focus. They help you come into this
Mhm.
moment of time and to let it grow. And so as it grows, it starts what's called a law of attraction activates. And now all of the other thoughts, all of the inspirations, all of the ideas then are drawn to you. And then as you let that grow, then all of the new experiences are drawn to you as well. So just take a deep breath. Really let this energy come in. And then as the images, as the ideas, as the thoughts, as the inspiration, as the impulses start to show themselves, as they reveal themselves, we want you to just start to just open and speak to us what is being revealed to you.
I just saw me and him just looking at each other, smiling, laughing. Like I was like had my arms a little bit around him and like it was just like a beautiful feeling that is just like it was so amazing. Like I could see it. I could see it clear as day. I could see it. I could see the full image of everything. Like where we was walking,
Where were you walking?
we were in the kitchen.
What does it
It
feel
was
like
like
in the kitchen?
in my kitchen. It was like right in my kitchen.
And what does it feel like in the kitchen?
It just felt lovely. Like I just had a smile over. I just had a smile the whole entire time. Like I was just smiling, and then it was like now I think I was preparing food, like getting ready to cook. I was actually cleaning up, like, and he was just like right there. Like I was actually cleaning up, like trying to have everything organized, getting everything organized for my life partner.
And what does it feel like to have everything organized for your life partner?
Growth, abundance, unlimited freedom, not comparing your life to other people's life, just being able to talk about what you go through in your life with great expression, but no negativity and no comparing.
And we'll stop you there. And that was good, yes?
Yeah, it was.
So that's long enough to sort of open the door. And now you can see what's on the other side of the door. Now you can see what all of these experiences will be like. But at the very end, you started to say, but no negativity. And that's why we called you out of it, because that's when the old habits start to come in. That's when the
Right.
old ways of being start to come in. That's when you start getting practical. That's when you start trying to figure it all out. And that's when you feel anxious and confused. And that also means that you're not in that moment, just in that moment, you're not bringing that experience towards you. So you feel the difference, yes?
Yeah.
So take that experience and sort of summarize it for us here. Just give us a couple words to describe what that all felt like to you.
It was so amazing and so beautiful, but I'm hurt from everything. But even with me being hurt, I saw my mom blow up in fire in front of me. And I lost my mom at a very young age, at the age of 16, my senior year. And it's like I still feel hurt, but I know where I want to be. I know where my heart is, but it's like it's not negative feelings towards us. It's just the negative feelings what we both had to encounter in life, both of us.
And so
So
you
I
recognize that. The
yeah,
recognition is important.
yeah, and I just want a better life outcome so that these individual things don't attend to happen anymore, because the enemies don't want to see us happy. They don't want to see us together, They want to try to keep pulling us apart. And I don't want that. I just want eternal growth where with my life partner where we're both on the same frequency of life where we're living both of our divine callings.
Don't stop.
And also just a divine living, me being able to get out here to teach the word, to grow the word, to keep God first, to save lives every day, to be able to do my life calling, what I'm called to do. And I just want to be happy doing it. I just really want to be happy. I just I just want to grow from all these negatives. I'll like meditate every day, but then I get back to this point where I'm just dwelling in the negativity that we both had to endure in our life. And like I said, it's not him. It wasn't him, because he wanted to break free just as well as how I wanted to break free from my chains. It was chains that were holding us, and I broke the barrier on both ends with me and him. Now it's just building the life with my life partner.
Now, what you just spoke to us, was that 100%? Was that 100% in resonance, in alignment with what you gave us earlier, or was that another back and forth sort of thing?
No, it's in alignment, but my feelings do play a part sometimes. And I just want to be able to clear all these emotional blockages, like from all points, to where it's like it happened, but I just want to focus on everything happy with us. Like, oh, I want to go to the movies. Oh, I want to go to this place. Oh, I want to plan to go here. I want to plan to go there. I want to plan to do this accordingly with my life partner, instead of thinking, well, me and my life partner had to, instead of planning, keep going through what we went through in the past. I want to be able to we know it's
You're being
clear.
too realistic. You're being far too realistic, because you're saying, I want to do this, but I can't do this. And I would love to do this, but we can't do it for these reasons. And they don't want us to see us succeed, but I want to succeed. And every statement, every word that you're offering is a little bit different. And so you have this back and forth and a back and forth. And that is what will continue to be your experience until you can drop what all of them are saying, until you can let yourself just ignore it, until you can see the hatred coming from others and decide that it means nothing to you. Until you get to that point, until you make that decision, you're going to
Made
keep
it.
having, you made it. So tell us about it.
It's done. I just thought about it. I took your words into perception. I channeled it through every lining of my body, and I removed that blockage myself.
And so it is. Now practice the decision. I have decided to let this energy flow because
I want greater outcomes without
what
the
else?
negative, without the
No,
hate.
that was a little back and forth. I want.
Okay. I just
What
want
was?
great abundance in all areas of my life and happiness.
And now leave out the but and keep the and. Greater abundance and happiness and
And a life partner.
and
A blended family.
and
Happiness.
because
Prosperity. We deserve I deserve it, and we deserve it as individuals. We deserve this to our kids, to our blended families, to each other. And we deserve love and happiness and peace and
and
prosperity. And we will have it
and
forever.
so that's the game that you play with yourself. And it's most helpful if you can just get away from everything and practice it, because then you can build this momentum and build it like you have here. You feel the emotion, you feel the energy getting stronger and stronger, yes?
Yes.
That means it's getting more powerful and more attractive and more influential. And now you can part the seas, and now you see everything change for you. And now you see the new experiences, and you see we're doing it here too. None of this conversation has anything to do with anything else. It's just about what you've decided, what you're deciding to uphold, what you're deciding to give energy and life and focus to. And that becomes your life. That is your life as you choose it in this moment. So always pay attention. Make it an and. And then it will be. And then it must be.
Yes. Confirmed.
Indeed.
So Jonathan and I, we will be happy forever, and we will live a prosperous life with and a blended family, and with great abundance, unlimited abundance flowing to us, and just be happy. I'm getting there, right?
You're on your way. Now, things will
Awesome.
shift and change in your life because of this work that you've done, and you'll see the old experiences, the old beliefs. We say rear their ugly head and try to tempt you back to the old way. And we want you to remember the decision that you have here. We want you to remember the experience that you have here. Because every time you reaffirm it, every time you make that decision, again and again and again and again, you continue to build the momentum, and then it must be.
So Jonathan and Kier will be life partners forever. He will be my husband. We will have a blended family, and we will live unlimited abundance with pure happiness and love.
Now, feel the difference between just saying an affirmation because it sounds good and saying
Mm-hmm.
that because you've decided it and you really feel it.
No, I really feel it.
That's what makes things happen.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
very much so.
So just continue. So now that the energy has shifted, I feel like this is now the right time to point my direction and send in my message.
As it's moving, in other words, if there's doubt, if there's hesitancy, just wait a little bit. If you're feeling the flow, then go for it. Anything you do from this state of being is going to move you further along that path.
Yeah, it's so amazing.
To follow the inspiration.
Yeah, I'm going to send it now.
Very much.
But at the end, I'm going to put secret admirer. Do you blame me?
It does not have to be a secret, but you can play this game whatever feels fun,
Or I
whatever
could be like, you're a
feels enjoyable. You've got this. You know what to
yeah.
do. Enjoy it. Have fun with it.
Yeah, right. Okay, I sent it. So I'm happy.
Good. Very much.
Okay, awesome. This is so great.
Very much so.
Yeah, so he's come to a point in his life where he's awoke now. And now he sees that his surroundings that he grew up with all of his life, he's just been blocking them in all the wrong ways and just letting
Forget
it go.
about it. We forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it. We good.
That doesn't
Right.
go with your decision. So this is a good point to just take a break from the subject, because the more you try to explain, you're
And
going
don't
to
think about it.
just put on your favorite movie, eat your favorite snack, do something that is going with that feeling. Organize your kitchen.
Right. Okay. I like that. Okay, great.
Very much. And we want to finish this by saying that person that you're being right now, this person with the energy flowing, with the inspiration, with the new ideas, with the passion, with the excitement, with the eagerness, with the peace, with the fun, with the clarity, with the decision. That's the person that you want to bring into the relationship. That's the person that you want to be. And it matters. So keep it up.
Yeah. Yeah, most certainly. And then like now, I feel like since I've sent that out, it's like, I kind of got like a signal, like someone's upset, like someone, but I know it's someone that doesn't, but just to get my attention, to pee me off, I guess, more so, you know?
So forget about it. Next.
Right. Okay, cool. I like that. Keep
Very
going.
much.
Okay.
That's
Because
the
that
plan.
will happen, right?
It'll happen. It'll happen. It'll happen again. It's just confirmation that you've changed your energy and that they are not coming with you.
Exactly. Period. That is the truth. And he's not allowing that. Because he does not play. We don't have time for all that negative energy and all that mess. So you just want to be happy. And I thank you so much for being a great mentor to get me prepared as a woman to be happy and to be heart filling for, you know, me being able to have my life partner at my hands, you know, not exactly physically right now because what is, but we're still here together no matter what. And we will be, and we're going to always be together.
Now forget about it and have a good night.
Okay, awesome.
Very much. What's next? Marilyn, we have you here.
I'm here. Thank you, Kiera. That was very inspiring to listen to that process. I really appreciate that. There was a lot
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Hopefully you were able to, you know, get some signals on your end as well, you know, to see where you are in your life with certain areas, with certain things as well. So hopefully it brought great, broader prospects to you as well. So most certainly, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. It was exciting actually to listen to that.
I was so excited too, I'm telling you.
And that's the influence you all want to have. So you see how it seems almost sometimes that leaving them out, well, I'm not solving anything. I'm just shifting my energy. What good does that do? But you see the effects that it's happening now and the effects that it will continue to have upon everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. So earlier, Joseph, you were talking about what is calling you forward and kind of following that. And for me, I've been through a lot of shifts in this past year or whatever, continuing to shift. And lately I've been asking myself sort of, who am I? What do I want? Because with the passing of my mother recently, there was this sense of when life ends, you let go of everything and it doesn't have any meaning anymore. And that of course is not my experience. I'm here in this reality, living this, you know, existence. But yet it just sort of impressed me, the sense that everything, all the pictures of the family, all of the, you know, all of her belongings that meant something to her, all of those experiences, you know, were just kind of dropped. And I know that Joseph would say that, you know, all of those things have brought her to where she is right now, and they're not for nothing and they're not gone. You know, the energy is still there. So I believe that my sense of sort of things not having relevancy or meaning is my own maybe sadness or my own perception, or my own questioning or doubt. So that is coming up for me in what is it that I want, because I can't seem to come to a place where I'm clear about that. Not that I have to, not that I need to. This sense of expansiveness, this consciousness of oneness is really beautiful and makes me very peaceful, and I'm, you know, kind of relishing that. And at the same time, there is something else. I'm just not sure what it is. So that's kind of my dilemma at the moment, kind of this feeling of straddling two worlds. And I've kind of been in this place for a little while. It keeps coming up. So I'd like to work through it.
So it's a lack of energy flowing, yes.
It is, yeah. It's this sort of tiredness of the whole thing. Yeah.
So many times you want to take the thing that's not inspiring you and to change it into something that's inspiring you. And
Mm-hmm.
then it bogs you down and it drags you down, and you
Mm-hmm.
try to change it. Many times it can be in relationship with others and you're wanting to change certain aspects, or it can be a project that should be exciting you or a job that should be calling you forward that is not.
Mm-hmm.
And within all of that, the should be calling you forward is a sort of self-created, self-imposed thing.
Right.
And
Right.
the more you try to stick to it, the more you try to stay with it, stay perseverant to it, out of honor, out of respect, out of duty,
Mm-hmm.
out of obligation,
Mm-hmm.
the worse it feels. And then you, but all of you as well, create all sorts of logical pathways to convince yourself that you should continue down this path.
Mm-hmm.
If I work hard enough, everyone will see how hard I've worked and they'll reward me.
Right.
If I get good grades, then my mother will be happy with me, and then I'll have the approval that I really want.
Yeah.
And you can pull it off for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but ultimately it starts affecting everything. It's not just, in other words, it's just work. It's just my job. I can push through here for my family, and when I come home, and it's only for a couple years, it's only till I retire, it's only and
Mm-hmm.
these are all of the things that you say to yourself in an attempt to almost numb or distance yourself from the feeling that you're having.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than looking at different things that are not calling you forward or not inspiring you,
Mm-hmm.
we want you to find something that does.
Mm-hmm.
So within all of that, is there anything that is a genuine morsel, a genuinely resonant thought, or have you had any uprushes of energy, any sort of inspiration through this process?
No, that's the thing. The only thing that really inspires me right now is this idea of a place on the beach where that feels like a retreat. And I'm not sure if the reason that the place on the beach that feels like a retreat is attractive to me because, you know, it's relaxing or, you know what I mean? It's sort of the opposite of what I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure.
Who cares? What explanation do you have to yourself or to anyone
Mm-hmm.
as to why you're enjoying that thought?
Why do I have to have an explanation about why I'm enjoying that thought?
You said, I'm not sure if I'm
Yeah.
if I'm enjoying the thought of the beach because it's an escape. I'm not sure if I'm doing it to avoid it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And we say you're trying to qualify. You're trying to in a sense make yourself worthy enough to have this escape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is true. This is true. Yeah. So underneath that, Joseph, though, is this sense like of, well, there's all these other things that require my energy that are I know we've talked about this before, that I'm responsible for. And um, if I don't take care of those things, then, you know, who's going to do it? And how do, you know, how do things go on? Yeah, there's a little bit of that kind of underneath that.
A
So,
little bit.
yeah, it's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. You're right. It's a lot of it underneath. And that's the piece that I can see that I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm ready to be done with this. I'm ready to be done with this feeling of obligation. This
So
feeling.
instead, I'll choose to focus In other words, that's the decision point.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't need to go in any deeper.
Yeah.
You've made the decision, so give us the statements.
Yeah. More time for joy, more time for fun, more time for laughter, more time, more laughter, more fun, more ease, more flow, more rest, more open-heartedness, more fulfillment in nature and family and beauty and love, more more freedom. Yeah, those.
And so
That
you
is
can have
forward.
100 different thoughts, you can have 100 different experiences, you can have 100 different options in a day. Is this house on the beach the only one that feels like that? And it's okay if it is.
Well, when I go for a walk, when I'm outside, relaxing with a cup of tea, when I'm meditating, when I'm talking to a friend, when I'm watching a good movie, when I'm making a good meal, those are all things that evoke that same feeling. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a whole day you have planned.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. When I do my dance class, when I'm, creating a flower arrangement. Yes, there are lots of those moments. It's true, of freedom. So why do I have this sense that there's something bigger than that? um,
Can I speak?
sure,
Okay, so can I give you guidance?
absolutely.
I saw my mom blow up in fire in front of me when I was 16. And literally when I was trying to get a tractor trailer hit me from the back end. When I was trying to get my mom out the car exploded in fire. And it only left my mother with one bone left, which is how we all got here, how we were created, with a bone. And you know how God made this world. So basically, you know how you were stating earlier, how you were stating earlier about your mother and how you've been feeling, and people say that it's the end of the world when someone dies, but it's not, because energy is everything, and energy is what we're all created through, and your mother's energy will always live through you no matter what, through your soul. So now her soul is attached to your soul.
Mhm.
And what you're experiencing now with everything in your life is transformation.
Mhm. Thank you, Kira. Yeah, it
Yeah,
has
so
been very transformative. It has been a very transformative period.
so you're at the transformation state in your life. So everything now is ready to expire you and transform you. So you just want to always look out into nature to connect with nature, because now that your mother's soul is open and now that she is back to her life calling, which was before here, is just another life calling that she is. You just want to go out and connect in nature so that you're able to connect to source with your mother at all points and times, whatever you feel like. But no, she's made it into heaven. She's just now your guardian angel, sit back on earth to do another life calling.
Thank you. I
You're
do feel
welcome.
her. I do feel her, and I
Yeah,
appreciate.
see?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. So she's here. She's just not in the physical being, but she's here totally at all points and times. No
Oh,
matter where, even if you're at the grocery store, she's there. Just stay connected to source and just continue to do your, seek out to your guides, your gurus, and everything to that affirmative. And I'm telling you, you'll be great because your mother is still here. She's never going anywhere. And you're never going anywhere either. So you got to look at it like that as well.
And
Yeah.
these are the experiences that we're talking about you recognizing, because when you follow these little things that you enjoy, when you are going for the walk, or you're finding your enjoyment, or you're eating a nice meal, and it seems as if there's something bigger that needs to happen, well, what is that bigger experience but a series of what you would call smaller experiences? So you're building this momentum.
Mm-hmm.
You're adding more thoughts, more experiences. And as they flow one into the next,
Mm-hmm.
then you're in the state of being to receive all of the inspiration that is coming from her, that is coming from the broader understanding. And you'll see how, whether it's enjoying the idea of a beach house for 10 minutes every day at the early part of your day, and then going on the walk and following that path of energy, what you'll find is that's when all of the inspiration comes in. And you're in this really simple, relaxed, and clear state.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll have the thought of something else, and something else, and something else.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't want you to miss the enjoyable morsels of life because you're thinking it should be something else. When in fact, as you're enjoying the morsels, that's when it will transform into something bigger. But then it'll transform into something bigger,
Mm-hmm.
and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger here, you see?
Yeah.
So you can't figure it all out.
So when you have a negative thought, or if you're feeling some type of way, but you're not for sure, it's normal to have those feelings, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just
It's
don't, you
part
think
of the
about it, but
experience.
you just let it go, right?
You just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you. That is what feels clear in this moment right now, that it is that sense of connection that is true for me in the moment to my life in those ways, in the ways that I described. That feels right. That feels clear. That feels
You
good.
may be grieving now, but once you get, since your mother just passed away, you'll start feeling more and more secure every day. Like it'll be so comfortable, like, and you will grow into this being to where your life is transforming because your mother is no longer in your present form. So now God is giving you the gifts of transformation to still understand your mother in a spiritual form.
Thank you, Kiera. That's beautiful.
You're welcome. It's so awesome. And sometimes it's like, you know, it's just like God. Literally, it goes the same way for your mom and God too.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like it's the best feeling ever.
And that's what we're talking about through this whole process. That's all that we're talking about. But you can't make it about anything outside of yourself, or you're going to always introduce a little bit of static into the experience. So when you're having that pure moment, when you're having that moment of pure enjoyment, then whatever is right for you will flow in. Whatever your next step is will flow in. We don't want you to get lost in the thoughts of what that's supposed to be, but we want you to find more experiences that feel just like that, to let yourself really go there and stay there.
Mm-hmm. I think I have this belief that I am a incredible, beautiful, joyful person. And I've felt that way many, 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 many times in my life. And so I know that, you know, there is this sort of beautiful energy that kind of lives in me and around me and with me. And lately, I just haven't felt that as palpable as, and I know you started out saying it's a lack of connection with the energy, Joseph, and that's exactly what it feels like. It feels almost like, you know, I'm in this place of no connection when I really want to be connected. Like,
You're always connected to source, no matter what. Even if you, so the way that you feel right now is how God feels about everything. It's how he feels like you feel about him. And he just wants to be able to open up your eyes so that you always know that you are connected to source no matter what.
mm-hmm.
And you don't want to be able to start unhealthy beliefs because that will then interact with your health. So you want to be able to maintain a well balance with yourself, your well-being, your health, your life, and everything else. But know that God makes no mistakes and he knows everything that's going to happen before it happens, and that you are not alone, and he just needs you to seek to him.
Mm-hmm.
Give that full attention, like how you think about your mom, to God, and watch your life change.
And so look for the smallest places that you can find it. If it's not as big as you want it to be, it will be. And you'll find yourself swiftly, quickly, easily brought into that full connection through just choosing something as simple as a visualization. For you, in the moment, if it's the house on the beach, let it be that. Let it be whatever it is, but allow yourself fully to go into that experience. And if it's not thrilling you, if it's not connecting you, just let it go for now and find something else. And that's the journey. Yes, that's what the journey is all about, is being able to find and recognize these nuggets along your path, and they're always calling you forward like little breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you find one, we want you to just enjoy it for as long as you can, and that will lead to the next, will lead to the next, will lead to the next. It's an eternal journey, so we don't want you to beat up on yourself at all if for a moment you've just sort of stopped on your path and you're collecting yourself and taking a breath. But when you're ready, you'll find a glimmer. We know you can find one, even if it's just for a few moments.
Mm-hmm.
But make those few moments count. And then a few moments will become a few more moments, and that will become a few more moments. And then you're right back there with the momentum flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to change it all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to find the big solution to fix all of it. Just look for that little moment of connection, and everything else will fall into place from that.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank
Very
you.
much.
Yeah, because God wants to make you happy. He doesn't, we go through grief periods because you think about the memories, the history, the chemistry, knowing that your mother is the person that brought you onto this earth,
Mm-hmm.
with your journey. But he wants you to be happy. He doesn't want you to be sad. And he still wants you to remain, to have your trust in him at all times, no matter how tough it may feel like you can't get through it. You got this, Miss Marilyn. Trust me.
Thank you, Kiera.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Joseph. It's
Indeed.
lovely. Lovely.
You're
Yeah.
feeling ready to let it flow?
Yeah, she's feeling it now. She knows her mom's with her. She sees her mom right now.
Thank you. Yes.
Enjoy the path, whether it's something that you're just setting foot on, or whether it's something that you have a ton of exuberant energy. Work with what you've got and enjoy it, and it will become bigger. That is all we have to say.
Thank you. Perfect. Perfect.
Very
Perfect.
much so. We are complete. for now.
Yes. I'm so excited.
That's
Hey.
So awesome.
Aaron.
Hi.
Well, that was
Yay.
fun. That was really fun.
Good.
Yeah, it was, right? It was so
Yeah.
awesome. It was much needed.
Awesome.
Yeah, really good. Thank you.
Well,
You know, it
good.
only takes a second to change your life, you know? Always remember that.
Yeah. Oh, it's a really good point.
Yeah. Well, it was awesome having you guys here. Thanks
Yeah.
for playing with Joseph, and I'll get the recording up, and I'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks so much.
Of course. Awesome. Talk to you guys soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.